Just when I thought I was done reading for the day, I got guided to do a reading for the AP class. And then I knew that term had something to do with school, but I didn't like school too much. And so I had to look it up, and AP stands for Advanced Placement. So I'm just going to take this reading real easy. We're going to use the karma cards to get it started. And I think it's going to have a lot of cards in this reading, but we'll find out together exactly what this reading is turned into. It looks good and it feels good. So let's see. We're going to start off with the karma cards. I got to separate the 3 different categories: houses, the signs, and the planets. Okay. All right. So we'll pull one from each. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, there's some beautiful messages in here for everybody that comes across this timeless reading. So let's see what planet is at play in this energy for the AP class, listeners. God, hey, that came out perfect. Oh, the North Node. That's perfect for an AP class. North Node. North Node, from my education, my learning here, has to do with life purpose. Like, this is your soul path. This is what your purpose is. This is what your soul wants to learn to grow and expand in this lifetime. If it's in your North Node, it is gonna be the area that makes you most uncomfortable. It's gonna be the thing that is challenging to learn. It's gonna be that different thing. The South Node has to do with what you did in your last life. Okay, so if you believe in reincarnation, then South Node would be past life, and North Node would be this current life purpose path and such. Let's see what sign we have coming out here. So North Node in what sign, listeners? God, for the AP class, what's the message for the AP class? Okay, North Node in Cancer. North Node in Cancer. Okay. And Cancer, when I see Cancer, I think about the crab, and it's tough on the outside and soft on the inside. And I'm hearing, so many people get caught up in the idea that just because you're spiritual, you have to be a pushover. Wrong answer. No, baby. Your spirituality is going to bolster you up and give you strength beyond what is normal. Yeah. So you can be soft on the inside, but only those who qualify, I heard, are going to find out how delicious and soft and gooey you are inside. Okay. Let's see what house is at play. What house is this? What house are we talking about? And we're talking about the 3rd house. Okay, 3rd house. This house, if I remember correct, hold on, where's my cheat sheet about the houses? I got one in here. The houses has to do more with, hold on, I know where it's at. It's in my phone. It's really easy to find there. Houses is going to have, the 3rd house has to do more with your external social circle, but let me just confirm that real quick. Hold on a second. Still learning more about the astrology. And it's okay to always be learning, even if you're in the AP class. Hello, it's okay to always be learning, even if you're in the AP class. Okay. Why is this thing always so dark? I don't understand that. I'll go this one. The mind, thinking, communication, siblings, social activity, interests, neighbors, and early education is what my cheat sheet says. So yeah, that's accurate. Social circles and such. Okay. Mental activity, learning, siblings, and communication. Basically having to do with how we deal with the outside world. Okay. How we deal with the external And 3 is a number of social circles, okay? So let's see. We'll put this message together. We got 6 different messages coming up. It says, have faith in your feelings by making the right connections. Do not worry about attitudes from the past about the idea in question. Now is the time to use your intuition and get your ideas going. Now let's flip them upside down for more messages. There will be intuition to protect your ideas and success from attitudes from the past about short-term thinking and trips. Benefit resulting from the history of who or what is around you. Ooh, good. So this just told me like everything we've been through, everything we've done in the past is really benefiting us now, okay? And it's important to keep our head clear. It's important to remember what we've learned and apply the wisdom from those experiences. Let's get the next deck out. We're going to use the Visionary I Ching cards. And I'm hearing not to be pulling from the books, but to literally just use intuition and the images that speak to the intuition. So let's see. What do you have to say, Luster Scott? What's the message for the AP class? So you're in your North Node energy, okay? If you don't know where your North Node is, that's an important course study for yourself. Look it up. There's a free North Node calculator online. There's several. Check it out. See what you learn about yourself in that, okay? But in this is talking about protecting your ideas, using your intuition, what your emotional basis is, what you've learned about your emotions, okay, what they're communicating to you, what your attitude is like, okay. A big emphasis on things from the past, what we've learned from the past, okay, and using our intuition about our ideas, the things that we think, about doing shit for the short term, not the long term, you know what I'm saying? About getting that immediate gratification instead of paying attention to the larger picture at hand. Very important to pay attention to the larger picture at hand, because in the past, we would have been able to have experiences that showed us, like, when we go for what's instantly available, it's not always the best thing for us, okay? So let's see what's coming out of the Visionary I Ching cards. What's the message here? Okay, this one. Diverging interests changing, okay? We have clinging like fire, okay? Okay, so what I just saw with that was, as your interests are changing, the old personality really tried to stick with you, and then excessive pressure. But I heard the new personality, this new way of being, really put pressure on you to make intuitive decisions that were empowering. And you found some determination in this. Yeah, determination coming out to take action. Receptive power. Oh, I heard you started taking your power out of all your experiences. You really started looking at everything as a power move, as a power opportunity. But that old personality just didn't want to let go. That old personality just did not want to let go, but you stuck with it, clinging like fire. You maintained your passion to improve yourself, to become what you truly came here to be, okay? You became receptive to all the ways that life and the experiences you were having was delivering power to you. Yeah. With overview at the bottom of the deck, you were able to see things from a larger picture, which is part of what was necessary, big time necessary in this. Okay, let's see. What else? The Pleiadian Oracle wants to come out next. So, yeah, I just see like you made a lot of changes from how you used to perceive things, who you used to be, where your mind frame was. And it was by determination. It was because you had a passion for it. You decided like it mattered enough that you were going to make it count. You were going to make it there. There was a lot of feelings involved in this. Yeah, a lot of feelings. The idea of coming into your power, of becoming a magically empowered being who has the ability to make wiser choices that will protect you, choices that will protect your ideas, even, and choices that will protect your future path where you are headed. Coming through here, that idea, it moved you. It moved you, even if your feelings were like, "Oh, this is different." Even when your feelings like, "I don't know if I could do this." Even when your feelings were counterproductive, that passion really shone through. That's what I'm hearing. The passion shone through. Yeah, and as you hit this changing point, because the third card, I have 5 cards up there, and the third card in the middle, it says excessive pressure. So it's like, as you really hit that turning point, it's like everything in life put the pressure on you. So, like, let's say, for example, you wanted to live a more prosperous life, but you were breaking the poverty consciousness. Then with the excessive pressure, you would have went through a period that really tested your perception of your well-being, financial well-being, of your prosperity, of your abundance. Situations you could run into, for example, some financial bump in the roads that could have really rocked your world, or maybe some things you were dependent on fell apart. They just showed me, some people really got challenged when COVID hit, and they didn't have the financial stability that they were accustomed to. Yeah, but I don't even feel like this was that far back, whatever this was. I feel like it was more recent than that, where you, maybe in the last year or two even, where you felt excessive pressure in this area where you were determined to make a change. So you pushed through it, and that determination is what got you through it. From that experience, you drew power. And for some of you, this was about a relationship where you had different interests from that person. And maybe that person didn't want to see the change that you felt coming and fought against it. And it continued to create more chaos. And you made that move to make that break, and you come into your power as a result of doing so. Maybe this was someone else. This is a situation where who you used to be just wasn't who you wanted to be. You wanted a change in your career, and whatever this new idea was really stuck strong on your mind. And but you had a lot of feelings come up because to change career, like you're like, I got to start all over again. But then something happens in that career field, in that company, that created excessive pressure for you to find your determination to move through that. And now you're building up in the new energy that you chose for yourself, in the new career field, in the new company, whatever that was. Okay. But again, I just feel like a big spirituality all up in this. Okay. So yeah, perfect. Got 5 cards from this deck too. Let's see what we have. Light language. Card number 2, light language. Dolphin play, card number 22. Interesting. These 2 cards right now are telling me like you had this desire. So it brought in experiences. The desire in you generated the experiences that will help you align with the fulfillment of those desires. The universe was, you could have literally felt like the universe is always fucking playing with me. Why you always fucking playing with me? You could have felt that way. Frustration in that. A bit of determination. It's like, oh, you got jokes. I said I was going to do this. Now you're sending me this situation or that opportunity. And I even picked up on somebody's energy. This had to do with breaking addictive behaviors. It could have been drugs or some other addictive behavior, but they're using drugs as the example, because when somebody becomes addicted to a substance, sometimes their body builds a dependency on it. And so breaking those addictions can really be difficult. And so situations came in to help you keep choosing. I'm hearing to help you keep choosing that decision all over again. We had the galactic core at the bottom of the deck. Having to do with self-love, letting go, and the desire to arrive in a new place. Let me see what this one is. The sound codex, speaking your truth, Yeah, speaking your truth in the situation where there was excessive pressure, you spoke your truth. You spoke it out. You claimed that. You claimed that stuff. You claimed it, baby. You were like, nope, I'm a new being. I'm not doing the same old thing as I used to do. I'm not gonna play myself again. I'm not gonna do that. I don't need to do that. I'm different now. Okay, this is who I am now. You began to pay attention to when you became aware of light language. I'm hearing light. I'm getting light as in the sense of awareness of what you were saying and what it really meant, and then experiences come in to show you how your words were actually coming to fruition, and now there was more awareness of what you were speaking into your existence from these experiences that you were having, in a way that made you say, you know what, I'm going to change this. I got to change this. Okay, so you started tapping into with the sound codex. I'm getting more ancient wisdom and being more deliberate and diligent about how you did it, how you spoke, how you speak over your life, how you speak over yourself, how you speak over your experience. And then I'm even hearing the message, you started deciding and declaring what it all means for you. Super empowering energy. Let me see what else. Fifth dimensional access. Man. Wow. You started tapping into the infinite source of the divine mind, of all that is. And we have two parrots flying together. Look at that. Two parrots flying together. And then there's a sacred spiral of life. But when I first saw those two parrots, they looked to me like phoenixes. So it's like two phoenixes coming together. And this looks like the card that I have. It's like I am now accessing all of me from every time, space, and dimension, all of my power. Okay, it looks like that. It looks like access to all of your empowerment from all time, space, and dimension. It looks like accessing even like the Akashic library is beginning to have those dreams that show you the clues about what's actually happening in your life, accessing the ancient wisdom, having the ancients on your side in creation. That sacred spiral is the fingerprint of God, the creation. What it did, what all this journey has done is it made you a more divine being. Like you've truly come into some divinity here. I'm hearing achieving God, goddess status. Yeah. Expansion and compassion. You find that so much power is available to you as you have compassion in experiences with other people. And you know that your expansion, your growth affects others in your experience that you will never even know. I heard, and part of the reason why you do what you do is because your awareness that your journey is not just about you. The way you journey, the way you move on earth, you have some definite confirmations that it affects the masses. So we have on this card, we see the planets and all that above. But if you look down here, it looks like waves in the ocean, and there's all these people in the waves of the ocean. And so that's where I'm seeing that at. That as you get in your power, you know that there's others who are receiving power as well. I heard just from you being in your power, just from you being in your power. Okay. Let's use the wisdom of the golden path now to add to our message. All right. Sir Scott, what else do you want to say to the AP class? What is the message for the AP class? The way you speak your truth now is so different. You realize maybe in your past you could have come across paths with somebody who knew how to use their words and their thoughts and their feelings in a very empowered way. And you said, I want to do that. I want to have power like that. If they can do it, I can do it too. If that's true for you, this is somebody who you were meant to cross paths with. And for some of you, You cross paths with me here on the channel is what Spirit is saying. That's what I'm hearing loud and clear. Some of you found this by crossing paths with this channel, and that's why you've been loyal and dedicated to watching all the videos that come out, because you're finding empowerment for yourself through my sharing of my experiences. I heard this situation that you ran into, if you're one of those, is to be replicated. Like you're going to do this too. Maybe not exactly the same way I do on YouTube and stuff, but you have your own tribe. Each of you who watches these messages, you have your own personal tribe. There are people who are going to understand the messages better because you're speaking the way you speak. Y'all are in tune with this channel and like listening to what I'm talking about, because maybe you like my voice, maybe you like the way I shuffle the cards, maybe you got caught up with the nails. But at the end of the day, when I speak, you understand me. And likewise, I don't care what kind of vocabulary expansion you have, what kind of ability to speak and use words you have an ability to communicate. And whatever words you use, their Spirit wants you to know your words are perfect. Yeah. And there's something here too about you're not going to just go telling this to everybody. You're not just going to go sharing this with everybody. When you see receptivity, that's when you get involved, and that's when you speak. When you see a lack of teachability, that's when you be quiet. That's when you retreat. That's what I hear. All right, listeners, guys. So what is the message for the AP class, please and thank you? What's the message for the AP class? All right, this one. Emotions. Oh, getting a handle on them emotions. Key. Necessary. Absolutely necessary. So many emotions. They used to take you here and there. Wings of light. Realizing that you're not alone. Okay. You are loved spiritually and supported even in difficult times. You went through some real sadness in your past, but that sadness, you were never alone. You were even protected during those sad times. Emotions, okay? A lot of emotions as you let go of who you used to be. A lot of emotions came out as you let go of who you used to be. Yeah, with space clearing here. Space clearing. Making space for who you want to become required that you mourn. I heard mourn who you used to be. Let go of who you used to be. Who you used to be was perfect, yeah? It was perfect to help you become who you're becoming now, who you've become at this point in time. Wisdom coming through here. Now you have a higher level of wisdom. You can went through, I see that you went through a lot of emotions as you mourn the old self. So some of those times when you just felt sad and you thought it was about this person, that person, this situation, or that situation, Spirit saying it actually was you mourning your old self, who you used to be, who you will be never again. Mourning that self. Intention, because you set an intention. You set an intention as you saw that there was more available to you, as you saw that there was a better way to love yourself, to be connected with your universe, to create change and benefit for yourself on this planet. You set an intention. This intention would change your life. It literally has changed your life. It's changed the way you perceive the world. It's changed the way you perceive the people in the world, and the way that you move, in the way that they move. Yeah, that's what I see here. Okay. Let me see. I'm seeing the enchanted map. And then they're like, yeah, pull that deck. So let's see what the enchanted map wants to add to our message. Okay. All right, listeners, guys, what do you want to say to the AP class? They're ready here to listen. AP class. What's the message for the AP class? What's the message for the AP class? With the spring card coming out and the wisdom card, with wisdom, you begin to blossom. Yeah, with wisdom, you begin to blossom, and your compassion is expanded because the wisdom that you got, that ancient wisdom we were talking about, you tapping into them ancient wisdom. You understand that what you do to the other is an extension of what you do for yourself. So, when you come into contact with one who is not quite where you're at, you allow them to be where they are, because you know what? When you were there, it was the best place for you to be, because you realized that everything you were led up to where you're at, and it's okay. In the past, I see you were carried away by your emotions. Them emotions had control over you in the past. Yeah, baby. And you said, I don't want that no more. I want something else. When that light language came over you, you began to realize like there's a whole nother way I could be. I don't have to be like this. I don't have to be at the whim of my emotions taking me this way and that way. Maybe that was when you learned that your emotions were speaking to you, that they were communicating ideas and guidance to you. They weren't just there to be felt. They weren't just there to be felt. The feeling had some importance to it. It was like a GPS. Yeah. So then the universe showed up, shows you how you are not alone, how the universe is constantly responding to those feelings and those emotions you're holding on to. Give you some experiences. And those experiences help you see what energy you want to clear. Okay. What you want to clear from your life. Help you clear up your speech patterns. It helped you clear it all up. Let's see. What's the message here? The bone collector. The bone collector. Tapping into the ancient wisdom. Look, we have harmony here. Grandma is there. Okay. She looks like my grandma to me when I see her. She looks like grandma. And she's happy. She's got a clock next to her. And her clock is at 2:50. It's almost 3 o'clock. Okay. There was this understanding that, in ancient wisdom, okay, and she's got a rabbit next to her. Let me look at this a little bit closer. And she's got a peacock feather in her hand. Okay. 253 is about creation, right? And about your social circles. And we are talking about in the 3rd house. So it was this where you came into wisdom, like the way you're thinking about things, the way you're perceiving things has a lot to do with the way you're experiencing connections with the community around you. And so you're like, I gotta change something. You want to make something better out of what was in the past. Okay. You want to make something better than what was in the past. Let me see. What else do you have to say to the AP class? What's the message for the AP class? Okay, the wizard of awareness. Yeah, that awareness coming in was everything. Oh, man, I'm Merlin. What you talking about? I'm the one with the power. Yeah, the universe gave you these experiences where you could have felt like the fucking universe got jokes. God, you got jokes, okay? You're playing jokes on me. But it all happened to create this awareness for you. Now, on the bone collector card, grandma here sitting at the clock is 2:50, right? What I say is in a few minutes, it's going to be 10. It's going to be 3 o'clock, and 3 is about creation, right? Okay. Guess what? Wizard of Awareness is card number 3. Talking about how you come into a wisdom about how you were creating things according to I heard your own sentiments, the way you were feeling, the way you were, those emotions that's sitting below here. Yeah, those emotions, how they were coming in and creating things from the emotions. It wasn't just your words. It was also from your emotions. Let me see. What's the message? What's the message? Hold on a second. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could, but I can't. Okay. Oh, I wish I could, but I can't. Oh, I wish I could, but I can't. Is that what you were saying to yourself? All right. Ghostlands, card number 17. And here we have another image that has a clock figure, the round clock figure. It's not a clock. It is a wheel. Okay. Excessive pressure. Okay. So spirit. Okay. Listen. You started to realize that you had the power right now to make some things happen. Okay. To make some things happen spiritually. And with the ghost lines, with the spirit space clearing here, like you have, maybe did you just leave some stuff out of your whole vocabulary? Like I'm cancel, clear, and delete that. I'm deleting that from my vocabulary. Fuck how big my vocabulary is. At this point, there's some words that need to be deleted. I heard I'll learn new words. This was a power move for you. This was to help the new word you began to learn, the words that you left behind. It was a power move for you. Okay. What else, Let's Search God got for you? Into the unknown. We have this lady, she dressed in black. Black is the color of grounding, okay? You start tap. If you haven't done it yet, I'm getting the feeling like some of you have not yet gone through this 4th and 5th column, but if you haven't done it yet, you're about to get into this place where the wisdom you gathered and the determination you have is taking you to places you've never been. You're going to be sitting in rooms that you never thought you would sit in. You're going to be having experiences that are so fresh, so different, so new, so far advanced from where you were. Let me see what else do we have for the AP class. This is a message for the AP class. Let's see. What else do we have for the AP class? Okay, I heard how rude of you to interrupt. How rude of you to interrupt for your personal agenda. Okay, the talisman. Okay, the talisman is here. The talisman is here. Okay, yeah. So the power is in your hand. I heard you will not require much. You will not require much at all because the power is in your hand to create effective change in this. Let me look at this closer. I even see some of you are going to have an animal come in your life. And then this person has got one foot on the yin yang, and then they got their other foot on the rune of Yera. And so what this is saying is balance and harvest, okay? The talisman. Balance and harvest are going to be markers in your life. Like these are going to be mile markers in your life. Balance and harvest season coming in for you. Let's see at the bottom of the education. Okay, AP class, education at the bottom of the deck much? Yeah, today, absolutely. I love the way the message is coming out. This is gorgeous. Yeah, so you're gonna create so much on this planet that's budding forth with the spring energy as you're receptive to your power. I even see that others will be drawn to that power. It's like they're going to know. So this receptive power over here, these are different decks, but you see that light circle there? It is like a beacon calling forth. This one that has a talisman in their hand with a similar look, same looking actually to me, the light circle in it. So it's like you're calling forth the energy and you holding it as you're receptive to your power in this experience. It causes it to blossom with the spring. Spring is when everything begins to come above the ground. You get to see the fruit, the growth of the seeds that you have been planting. But you got to hold it. You got to hold it even when you can't see it. Remember, she's blindfolded right there. You got to hold it even when you can't see it. You can't just give up. You can't just give up. You can't just leave it off. Can't just ignore. Can't just act like it ain't. Okay. The Divine Feminine Oracle wants to speak. So let's see what else messages we have. Divine Feminine Oracle. All right, let's start, Scott. Yeah, you took. I even see with that talisman card, like you have set about doing this journey on your own. You're like, okay, I got to explore this new land now. Oh, okay, because here you hadn't seen it. You had the wisdom of it, but you hadn't necessarily seen it. With this talisman, it's like you didn't even, you just created from nothing. Then you kept applying that same vision, kept speaking that same thing over your life. And then the talisman over here, and maybe it lets you know what you needed to let go of right here in the middle of this. Feels like the period where you had to let go of something, right? But what's going to happen is like at one point you're this grounded person who's holding the vision that your physical eyes don't see, but your spirit sees it, and you stand there in amazement spiritually. Okay. Wisdom has shown you that because the divine in you with the peacock feathers above her head, the divine in you can see all things. Okay. So what's coming up here in this fifth column with the talisman, it's like whatever she was visioning in this Into the Unknown card, now she's standing there staring at she's getting a lay of the land. Like she's looking at, oh, this is what I've created. Okay. All right. So I created this. Let's go down this path. Let's see what's over there. I created this. Let's see what's over there. Is the vibe? Yeah. So there's this awareness of what you created. Okay. But all it does is it makes you want to create more. It makes you want to create more. Some of you are, somebody literally visualize this windy road, and one of these days you're going to realize, if you haven't already had the experience, that you're standing on the same windy road that you visualized. Because this is reminding me when I laid in my bed one night and I asked myself, what does luxury feel like? What does luxury feel like? And I'm hearing, what does financial freedom feel like? And I'm hearing, what does pure positive love feel like? What does a perfect divine relationship feel like? What does a success in business feel like? What does a healthy body feel like? What does a healthy mind feel like? These are great questions to ask. Or whatever that desire is, it would behoove you to lay in your bed in the dark and ask yourself, what does that feel like? Okay? Because what ended up happening was I got the feeling of it. I lay there and got the feeling of it, fell asleep with it. And then, I don't know exactly how long it was. Divine timing was at play. But I ended up in a room that looked just like what I saw when I asked, what did it feel like? And so I love that we're doing this reading, because they're telling me to communicate with the higher self and ask what it feels like is a great way to draw in the energy. I'm hearing, because the higher self is always with you and is the wizard of awareness. It knows. It's like, this is your physical part. This is your higher self part. This is what need to be done. And this is this other thing that need to be done to get here. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. So if that's true, then, your higher self is the wizard of awareness. It's you on the spirit level with this. It's perfect sense, because over here we had card number 2. Over here we had card number 22. You on the physical, you on the spiritual. Okay. Working together in tandem. Your higher self playing with you, responding, got all the answers to all the questions. The wizard of awareness has all the answers to all the questions that the bone collector is asking. So here you are showing up as a bone collector. How does it feel? Asking the question. How does it feel? Asking not to a person, not even to the cards, definitely not asking me, but you're asking your higher self. You're asking God. You're asking the universe. You're asking your angels. What does it feel like? And then it answers you and it shows you that feeling. And then something happens in your life. Change occurs. And what do? You apply wisdom of what you do know, even though you haven't seen where you want to be. And as you do that, boom, it begins to blossom in your life. Now you're standing there staring at it and you remember. I remember when I visualized this. Let me see. What's the message here for the AP class? Let's search God. What's the message for the AP class, please and thank you? What's the message for the AP class? What's the message for the AP class? Lolita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Perfect placement for that. We're going to put it right here with this emotions card. Okay. Right here with the light language card. Perfect placement. Okay. Playfulness is a spiritual power. So you play with the feeling. You played with the feeling. What does it feel like? What does it feel like to be successful in business, in love? What does it feel like to have a real love? What does it feel like to really be appreciated? What does it feel like to be seen? What does it feel like to be heard? What does it feel like to be in my spiritual power? I heard. Woo. Play with them questions. Because remember, as we've spoken so much on the channel, when you ask a question, you open up the flow of energy. You open up the flow of information. When you put a period on a statement, you solidify energy, you close it down, you say, this is what it is, and boom, it must be that. When you open up the question, you open up for the energy to flow, okay? And that's a beautiful way to play in the spiritual power. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Maybe it was all fun and games when you thought, oh, I just want to be a magician. Oh, I just want to be a wizard. I just want to be a witch. I just want to be in power. I just want to be able to move the energies on the universe. I don't know how you said it. You could go by any of those titles. Personally, I don't choose any of them. But I know that I always believed in superhuman powers. Like they show you all these shows and movies and stuff about people who have power that they could do stuff by thought, by just wiggling their fingers or holding out their palms or drawing in the energy or speaking some words out or having a thought or drawing a picture. I don't know what movie it was, but I saw somewhere everything they drew came to life. Okay. You wanted to get in touch with your power. It could have just started as a simple game. Maybe you didn't really think, kind of like, oh, they just showed me clearly. Kind of like how I knew that the hands have power. I just knew it. Okay. I knew that the hands have power. So when my babies were so young, my grandchildren, my 2 grandchildren were so young that they wouldn't question me, that they just believed whatever the fuck I told them. Anytime they got hurt, since they were like 1 or 2, I started telling them, come here, you want grandma to put some magic on it? And then, yeah, grandma. Okay, tell me when it stops hurting. And I would do like this right over their little boo-boo. Never touched it. And they said, oh, it feels better. It don't hurt no more. And they would stop crying. They'd go about playing because they believed in the magic because I gave it to them. And all I wanted to do was get them to stop crying, honestly, get them to stop crying. But I still believed, but it didn't start off fucking serious. It really didn't start off serious at all. Now, over the years, I know that I have the power to heal in my hands. I know I don't have to touch a person. I know I have the power to heal with my words. I don't have to ever see a person. I know, and I've had the experience of people receiving their healing just from sitting in the room getting their nails done with me. I had one girl, she received her healing while I was doing her damn pedicure. Do you believe it or not? It was crazy because every time I would do a pedicure, I would think about Jesus washing the feet of the disciples. I couldn't help it. Like I would always think about that. And so there's something here about, it was just an idea that you were playing with. Little did you know, boom, it worked. All right, let's see what else we got for the AP class. For the AP class, what's the message? What's the message? What's the message? Yeah, with children, it's easy to teach them magic. It's easy to get them to believe in power and magic. You just got to catch them young enough and keep that stuff going, because I'm going to tell you, they're now 7 and 9 years old and it still works. It still works till this day. Okay. Even some of the deeper ouchies that they've had, it will feel better. It will heal faster than you would imagine. Okay. We have Sekhmet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Ooh, important. Okay. So one of the things the Wizard of Awareness was teaching you is that even anger is a valid emotion. It is a valid feeling. There is nothing wrong with anger. Nothing at all wrong with anger. Because it's a feeling that you were born with. So in the beginning, you tried to figure out all these, how can I just want to be happy. How can I just be happy? How can I find my power, right? But anger is a valid emotion. It's also guiding us. It's also showing us things, okay? And then this segment has the Eye of Ra painted on her. The Eye of Ra is on there. Okay, the sun energy, awareness, power, energy. You find your strength, you found your power. As you realize you are not on your own, whatever upset you was a valid fucking concern. And it was a valid human emotion. And then there also gave me the message of, you learned how to use that anger to flip the script on a situation. Because see, anger will cause you to drop your voice, raise it, and speak from a place of power. But instead of what you became aware of is, I don't have to continue to perpetuate the situation by the words that I'm speaking. I could use this intense emotion to bring about the solution. And that's what you use your angry voice for, your powerful voice of creation, of commandment. Use it to generate the energy of that which you would choose to move towards. What you would select for yourself. Let me see with the space clearing card. What's the message? Yeah. What's the message? What for the AP class listeners? God, we have Joan of Arc, Warrior of Light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. Okay, I just got this message. You had an experience where it seemed like, damn, where did everybody go? Where the fuck did everybody go? Did you just find yourself alone? Was it sort of a dark night of the soul? You felt cold and lonely? God dang, the winds are changing, blowing. Ain't nobody here. I'm here by my damn self. Where the hell did everybody go? It's cold and lonely out here. But being on your own, guess what that did? Those ones being removed from your experience, those things being removed from your experience. Some of you, this was the period of time where you got removed from your crystals and your magic books and all that other shit, all your herbs and all your little candles and all your little magical tools, your magical oils, your magical whatever the fuck you did to make your magic. You moved it. It was removed from you in some sort of way. Maybe you just didn't have access to it for a period of time. And you know what that was to do? To get you to attribute that power to where it was really coming from, yourself, so that no matter what, you would always have access to the power. Okay. But for a fact, I see here, you found yourself alone. This reminds me of last year when the kids moved away. You remember that? Last year at this time, I was about a month and a half into being here by myself. No, that's not true. Not a month and a half, longer than that. But I was here by myself for months, by myself. As a matter of fact, I remember having thoughts of thinking, damn, I literally don't have no family in the whole damn state of Nevada. I'm just out here by myself. I got me and my clients and the few friends that I've actually connected with. But it's not like I'm with my friends all the time. I see them maybe once a week, maybe once every couple, 2-3 weeks, sometimes once a month. But the fact of the matter is, what that period did was make me stronger. Faith in myself. I could get through anything. No matter who was here and who was not going to be here, I could get through anything. And that's exactly what this did for you. This period alone. Maybe you did have people around you. Maybe it didn't physically leave. Like in my experience, they physically left, right? But even if they didn't physically leave, you still felt alone. You were the only one with this faith. And what that did was it made you so powerful, so empowered. And your angels were around. Your spirit guides was around. Spirit was with you. Your higher self was always there. Never leaves you alone. A warrior of light. There's a determination in this warrior of light energy. A determination to continue to develop. Stay in that AP class. Keep getting them A's, baby. And I heard in some of these experiences, you didn't get an A first. You made a guy a C or a B or even a D or an F. No matter what, you kept taking the test again. Which is telling me you kept repeating cycles until you moved through it and got an A. You understand what I'm saying? The spirit was giving you a grade on how you handled a repetitive karmic cycle in your life. You did that thing over and over again until you moved through it and got an A. You see? Beautiful. Let me see. What else you got to say to the AP class here, listeners? God, what's a message for the AP class, please and thank you. All right. We're going to take the two cards that are showing themselves in the position in which they landed, because I was looking for one card, but it gave me two. We have Khadijah, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself, landing right here on wisdom. I love it. I love it. Yes, baby. Now you got the wisdom, knowing you can do it on your own. Why? Because you had to do it by yourself. When you got to do it for you, you can't say it's because of them, because they were not there. You did it by yourself and with the help from the invisible realm, from your higher self, your angels, your ancestors, your guides, from God, the universe supporting you, hearing you, and responding to you. You had the wisdom, the knowledge. And when you got wisdom, somewhere in my religious journey, wisdom is applied knowledge. Knowledge is useless if it is not applied. And wisdom is knowledge that is applied. Okay? That's something that I gathered in my religious experience that benefited me, especially for this reading right now. And what you know is you're spiritually and financially abundant. Why? Because you done it by yourself. Maybe like me. See, when I got into that nail shop, I had 2 business partners. And when everybody left me, well, in the beginning, one of them took off. So now it's 2 business partners. But the other business partner was dealing with suicide in her life. And she went, I had to do it by myself. That business has stayed open because I paid for it. So what did I figure out in all this? with both of my rents being double what I was used to paying in rent and comfortable paying in rent, I figured out I could do it. So that means I'm paying 4 times more rent than I ever imagined I would pay in my life. If I would have asked my old self, could I do this one day? My old self would have been like, hey, bitch, you got jokes. Just like the universe. Yeah, but we're doing it. And how is this applying for you? Spiritually, you're doing it. You're doing more than you ever thought you could. Financially, you're doing it more than you ever could. Now you're responsible for you. Maybe you're responsible for business too. People don't understand. They think because you got a business, you got all this fucking money. And sometimes it gets there. You know what I'm saying? Often it can get there. However, the road there is filled with bills and expenses, baby. Bills and expenses. But if you're holding down more than you ever have, oh, baby, your belief is everything. And you're holding it down and you're fucking doing it. Give yourself credit for that. Yeah. Yeah, especially with the into the unknown. I just see like you're doing more than you ever thought. And you're not just doing it. The reason why you're doing it and you're finding success is not because of the physical plane. It's because of your spirituality. Because now you've gone into the unknown with the 5th dimensional access. And you got determination on your side. Yeah. Let me see what we got over here. White buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. The path of love is true abundance. You know that your prosperity and abundance ain't got shit to do with the numbers on your bank account or the amount of bills in your wallet or purse. You know that the path of love is your abundance. You know that your family thrives in love. You know your business thrives because you love what you do. You know that you thrive because of love. You understand the value of love on this physical plane. Beautiful, beautiful message. I'm hearing to pull the Sacred Traveler Oracle. Okay, I see it. Hold on. Sacred Traveler Oracle. All right. We're going to layer that top row now. See what it's going to add to the depth in our message. All right, Lesser Scott, what you got to say to the AP class? Got the AP class in the house. Okay, remember, this is a timeless message. So don't worry about when it was recorded. When you find it is exactly when you're meant to find it. And Spirit knows when you're going to find it. They know the minute you're going to find it, what year it is, where you're sitting at, what you're wearing. They know somebody got gray pants on and a sweatshirt, a white sweatshirt. They know somebody else is wearing a red t-shirt and some blue pants. I don't know why you're wearing red and blue. Is it on 4th of July or something? Oh, boy, somebody was just mind blown because they just found this reading on 4th of July. Oh, my God. Spirit knows you're wearing a costume, getting ready to go to a Halloween party when you find this message. It's timeless. Spirit knows. I don't need to know. I don't need to know who you are. But, oh, my God, it'd be so fun if you put that in the comments. Oh, wow. I wonder how many years will it be next year? Are you going to a Halloween party that is being held in March, nowhere near Halloween? That's freaking hilarious. Okay, let me see what is the messages that you have for the AP class, Lester Scott. What you want to say? Yeah, I just see that this path is destined for you. This path is destined for you. The ghost line card is staring at me from the center of the spread. It's card number 17. They're showing me the star card energy, okay? What it means when I say it's destined for you, means fate brought you the opportunity, but it took your courage and faith to step up and make it real. Hello? You hear me? Fate brought you, in other words, your life brought you to this moment. You were going to land here anyways. However, you still had free will. You still had a choice on how to respond where you're going to be brave and bold and have the faith to step up and take the opportunity in your hands to see your truth and believe it and hold it, even if the physical realm didn't show it to you yet until it began to? Are you daring enough to believe in what your eyes have never seen, but your spirit could feel? Let's see, what else does Lord Source God have to say to the AP class from the Sacred Traveler Oracle? What's the message, Lord Source God? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful to be able to channel these messages. I'm so grateful to be able to speak on your behalf to the tribe. Oh, hold on. They said before I read that, go back here. At the bottom of the Divine Feminine deck, we'd have Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. If you wear your hair like that with the little two buns on the side, okay, there's definitely something in this message for you. I heard 2,000 points. Okay. One of the things that you've realized in this journey is that everybody has divinity in them. Not everybody is living through the divinity that they have. Okay. Choosing your path, all is possible. Yeah. You chose your path. You chose to set out on this journey knowing that anything was possible. So your interests changed. What you were interested in changed. You started making different choices. You set about to have a different experience. You chose a different path for yourself. That was important because in that path, you realize like there's the ancients did things differently. There's another way. Okay. This was that moment where you realize like, man, you mean I've been speaking all this negativity over my own life? I was speaking it into existence for myself. Yep. Then you're like, you know what? I'm going to change that. Okay. Let me see what else we have for you. Taking shelter. The answers are within. The answers are within. And you know what? The old self did not want to let go. It was hard for you to break the old routines. You realize like, man, I really have been speaking out a bunch of crappy shit over my life, but I can change it. I'm gonna change it. I can change it. Well, you had to figure out what was all the stuff you were vibrating, you know? And when I say speaking it out, not only were you speaking it out, you were thinking it out, you were feeling it out. I mean, you was gossiping with other folks about their drama. That was speaking it out, you know? You was watching some unhealthy shit on TV. Maybe your favorite show used to be Cheaters or The Housewives of I don't give a fuck what city. All that drama and shit. That was speaking it out in your life because you were living it. I heard one of the things you had to come to understand is your whole life is a prayer. Your whole life is a prayer. For those of you who are praying people, your whole life is a prayer. So if you're sitting up here watching Cheaters and the Housewives of whatever in the fuck city they own today or their drama and their BS, that was part of your prayer. No wonder you was having so much mess. You had to figure it out. Yeah, you had to see what was it you were doing to evoke the reaction in your experience that you were evoking. Because by this part, you realize that everything was reflecting back to you something about you. Either it's showing you exactly what you are or it's showing you your opposite. All right, what else? Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. When shit got real tough and you got in this excessive pressure period, you started expecting miracles. You took out your genie lamp and there's not just 3 wishes on it, baby. It's unlimited wishes. You started making wishes over your life. You started speaking out miracles over your life. You did, and you believe it and you hold it. Even though you couldn't see it in front of your face, even though it was cold, it was difficult. And this was a period where you had to be stronger than everything else. I mean, this is the only card right here where she's wearing some freaking armor. Right here. She's wearing some armor. The other ones here are not. Okay. You had your armor on back here too in this card where you were choosing your path. When you chose your path, that was the first time you put on I heard the armor of God. When you chose that path, that was your first major creative decision, divine creative decision that you made. Who in your life? I'm hearing in your life. That's a big statement. That is a very big statement. Okay. But when things started putting excessive pressure on you, what was your response? You started expecting miracles to show up. Yeah, this reminds me of that year a couple of years ago where I had one client all month and I was supposed to pay all these bills by myself and only had one client all month. And you know what? I just kept saying, by the time it's time to pay rent, God, you're going to have all the money in my account. And I had that client come in at the last day of the month overnight, and she gifted me $3,000, which was all the money that I needed to barely make it through. But baby, I made it through. So I'm here. Sometimes you barely made it through by the skin of your teeth, but you believed in miracles and you saw the miracles because you believed in them. You saw the miracles because you believed in them. You know miracles are real. Maybe you've been watching movies about miracles. The girl who believed in miracles. Miracles from heaven. If you've been, that was a great change. If you've been watching them instead of the housewives of wherever in the fuck or cheaters, good move, because that was in your vibration. You started to include that in your vibration. Let me see what else for the AP class. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Honey, as you see her do it, you don't forget how you got here. You don't forget how you called upon the energy of the divine, how you called upon the divine within. You offer praise. Okay, you get excited. You see the transformation happening right in front of you. That girl is staring right at the butterflies. Butterflies, a symbol of transformation. Yes, with the changes that you had never seen in your life. Oh, this is new. Into the unknown you go. You got fifth dimensional access now. You're the mother of all believers now, and you know it, and can't nobody tell you different. This is who you are. This is how you be. This is what you see. I see miracles. What's that affirmation I was telling you guys been coming to me as I'm driving to work? Magic, miracles, and money are always here for me. And how is that happening for me today? Amazing. Let's see. What else do we have? What do you have for the AP class? Let's subscribe. What's the message for the AP class? What's the message for the AP class? Okay, this one right here. It says grounding. Go deep. Explore your roots. Go deep. Explore your roots. Okay, with the receptive power. I just see like this is you getting in tune with the roots of who you really are. Like you're about to come into some big awareness about your ancestral line. Some of you are gonna having that access to the Akash. You're about to see who your ancestors were, and you're gonna realize that you were your ancestors back then, and you've been reincarnated now. And because we got the North Node here, you bringing through all the power of all you've ever been. And what did we say earlier? I am now accessing all my power, all my abilities, all my talents and strengths on all time, space, and dimension from every alternate reality version of me. I'm fully accessing now every alternate reality version of me. This is you realizing like those ancestors and all that magic they did, baby, it was you. Grace and gratitude is at the bottom of the deck. And that is one of your biggest powers. You allow the universe to act on your behalf. It says through gratitude, joy expands. You behave in grace. You act in grace, benevolently, beneficially, okay? You know that you're blessed. You don't no longer think that the universe is against you or God hates you or it's because you did something awful in your past life type of shit. You ain't there no more. Now you're in the attunement to everything serves my best interest. I am in my power. This universe loves me and supports me in all things. This is the energy. This is the vibe that you're now in. It's a far cry different from that funky ass vibe you used to be in, ain't it? Doesn't it feel good to be here? I'm just saying. All right. Let me get some more oracle cards out of here. I'm going to pull the Spirit Messages deck. I'm going to pull the Shaman's Dream, and I'd like one more. I'm hearing the Hear Yourself oracle reading cards. Okay. So many cards. Okay. So let's see what else do we have in the messages for the AP class, please. We'll start with the Spirit Messages. Okay. Thank you so much. Interesting. They're showing me that I have 2 decks out in this spread that were given to me from people who I thought were going to be very permanent figures in my life, but they were literally just passing through. And how nice it was that they contributed to mine and the whole tribe and everybody who ever watches this reading, spiritual development and passing through my life. Hey, okay. So, let's see. What's the message? Let's just start. What else do you want to say to the AP class, please and thank you? More messages for the AP class. So what I saw was layering the cards, but the cards got to get smaller so I could still read all the words on all the cards. So this is going to be fun. So let's see. Hold on. Let me put some more shuffles on this deck. So how you resonating with the message? Go ahead and pause and put something in the comment. Okay, while I finish up this shuffle, put something in the comment. Let me know how you vibing with this message. Where is it speaking to you most? Okay. Was it confirming for you? You're part of the AP class. It's been a hard journey, but you chose it. You chose it. I heard long before you came. All right. Let's see. What do we have for the AP class? Here we go. We'll go over the top row they're showing me with this deck. What's the message for the AP class? Let's just go. What you want to say to the AP class? As I look up and I see the number 7 and 7, 7 being the number from heaven, spiritual wholeness. Okay, ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Somebody got a tattoo of a tree with some birds going through it. If that's you, 5,000 points. Okay, but yes. Yes, as you chose your path because you were ungrounded. You had to believe that something else was possible for you because you were ungrounded. You didn't like what being ungrounded felt like. You knew there had to be another way. You made that choice powerfully as well. Let me see. What else do we have for the AP class? Reach out. Whoo! And just the image is showing me where you reached out to the divine. You reached out to your higher self. You reached out to your angels, your ancestors, your guides. You reached out to God. You reached out to the universe. However it was for you, it's all the same stuff to me. Okay, it says, we know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits of learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. One of the things I heard while reading that card is that you realize that all these difficult situations, you could have, they were there to develop you, but you could have really asked, like, God, please help me to break my pattern. I just want to be at peace. I just want to be grounded. I want to have my prosperity spiritually and financially. I want to have the abundance of love in my life. I want to just love. Help me change my ways. I see somebody in a fervent prayer, a real heart-focused, strong, intense prayer. You might have even been down on your knees. I see eyes filled with tears, praying for change in your life. And you reached out to the spiritual realm, to the invisible realm for the assistance, okay? Yeah. And it was because the old self was just, it wouldn't leave you alone, and somebody here, again, we were talking about substance abuse. Somebody here, it was in the depths and darkness of that substance abuse that you found the divine because you got tired of what it felt like. You had lost everything. I heard you had lost everything. You didn't want to do that no more. Okay. What else do you want to say to the AP class listeners? Take a moment. Stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. This is one of the things you had to learn. When things got you under excessive pressure, when you felt pressure because life was getting so tough, instead of just responding because you knew that your mind wasn't exactly where you wanted it to be, and you had asked God for help. And so look at how this reach out card, that energy shows up as a light body touching your heart and speaking and whispering to your mind and your ear, right? So in this one, when when you found yourself in that excessive, stressful, pressured situation, Spirit came in with the reminder of your prayer, and you stopped. And instead of digging the hole deeper, putting yourself in a downward spiral, you took a moment to pause. And then where'd you redirect your thoughts to? The miracles. You prayed for a miracle. You envisioned a miracle. You spoke a miracle over yourself as you spoke over the situation. Yeah. What else for the AP class? Just ask. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. Yes, determined to work through the spirit realm. And as you ask for help from spirit, it shows up. It shows up and it gets you excited. It gets you excited because finally you saw that it works. You got that confirmation. You're like, dang, I'm going to do that anytime I need. I'm just going to do it just to do it now. I just got to see some more of what else I can do like this. Oh, man, let me see what else we have for the AP class. What's the message? Let's subscribe. What you got to say to the AP class? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So grateful. Whew, thank you. Okay, for the AP class. Embrace the moment. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. You're grounding. You're receiving power. You're grounding into this new energy, into the ability to go deep, explore your roots, understand your feelings. Okay, anywhere where judgments are coming up, you're getting a grip on all of that. Understanding that what you put out come back to you, learning to see the light, learning to see the color in your life, learning how to decide and declare what it all means for you. I heard the bottom of the day, we have a father's love. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable, in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. And for some of you, this is not your physical father's love, but this is your father in the heavens. Sky Daddy here loving on you, baby. Sky Daddy here loving on you. All right, let's go into the Shaman's Dream Oracle cards next. Let's see what else, Luster Scott, do you have to add for the AP class? Yes, some of you really had to begin to focus on how God has held your hand through your life, how the universe has always been there to support you. Some of you did have a father who was loving and supportive, so you tapped into that energy. And you know, some of you, I see that some of this started. I see some who this whole journey got real deep and became very real to you when you had a spiritual experience with your physical father who was in the spirit realm. Your dead daddy came through, baby, and that changed everything that you thought you knew. And here's one of the things that Spirit wants me to say to you, AP class, is that Spirit, the universe, love source, God, your angels, your ancestors, and your guides will always choose that which you know is in the spirit realm, but is most closely represented by the energy of pure positive love in your eyes to speak on their behalf. So if your mind is still not really ready to accept the thought of a universal creator or God that loves you, some of you might see your father, mother, brother, sister, your dog. I've had people who saw the dog that died. Why? Because this is who you know is in the spirit realm, but you connect pure positive love with this one. You don't feel any threatening from them. You know you love them. You know they loved you. And now you know they're in the spirit realm. So spirit will often show itself to you from the standpoint of that being that physical representation. Because God doesn't really care if you really get a good grip and grasp of what it really is. See, God doesn't, I know it's very different from what your scriptures have told you and your religious leaders have told you. God doesn't really care, because God knows that God is all of it. God knows that God is you. God knows that God is me. God knows that God is the stars and the moon and all the planets and all the things that we can't even see. God knows that it's the dirt, it's the birds, it's the ants, it's the bees. God knows that it is everything. So God's not going to get offended because you're more receptive to one perspective of that what God is. God's whole point is to communicate with you. The universe whole point, the spirit whole point is to communicate with you effectively. And so they're going to speak to you in the way your ancestors going to speak to you in the way that you will receive them. And it's usually in the face or the voice or the consciousness or the appearance of the one that you know is in spirit, who you know loves you, and who you know you love. And that is pure positive love. Okay. So let's see, Lester Scott, what else do you want to say to the AP class from the Shaman's Dream Oracle? Whew, what's the message? What you want to say to the AP class? Okay, here we go. The Sky Bridge, possibility for union. You knew that in the past, different ones had a different connection to spirit. You knew that that spiritual connection was a real possibility. You had to open your mind to that. This was where you became aware of the possibility of what you could be, is what I hear. What else do we have for the AP class? The Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine. Right here with the Wizard of Awareness and the Dolphin play. Yeah. It's card number 6. So one of the things that you had to come into awareness of was, as you reach out, the spirit responded, honey. The spirit responded to you intuitively through your sentiment, through your emotions, through your feminine energy. Okay. The Cosmic Womb is also a place where when you made that decision of where you wanted to be, first the idea had to be held within spirit for a minute to build the energy, to make it physical. Everything is spiritual in nature first. And if that energy is held long enough, it will become physical. This is where you came aware that if you held it long enough, it would eventually become physical. Let me see what else. The jeweled web connectivity. And I'm hearing you began to see the connections between this, that, and the other, between what you were speaking over your life, between the things that had happened in your past as regards to how they're happening now. Started to make sense. I'm hearing connecting the dots, okay? Let me see, what else do you have to say? Lost in space, needing direction. I'm getting from this card that you started paying more attention to the signs and symbols. You began to really read your world for the signs and synchronicities that were showing you that you are getting access to other places. And I also see where the divine was totally tapped in to where you were, even though you didn't know where you were. Now you have the awareness that you have that connection on the spirit level, that the higher self has got the roadmap of your whole life and always knows everything about where you're at and what you're doing. And so you tap into that and you begin to ask for the guidance. When you can't see the way physically and the signs aren't clear, you ask for clarification, honey. When you don't know, you ask and you receive. And now we have the wall, obstacles coming out. Okay. So interesting. The way I'm seeing this is, as you've created an expansion in your awareness, what's happening is there's this talisman. This talisman is all the power that you took from all the obstacles that you went through that became, so it's like you have a little memento of where you've been, a little memento of this journey of empowerment, a little memento of your own expansive journey. Interesting. And you're able to call for this energy in others who are sitting in obstacles themselves, because you've got the talisman. So now, because you have your little mementos from all your journey, guess what? And those mementos are really right now, they're showing me memories, your memories of your journey and how you got here. Because remember, we're talking about third house energy. This is how it has to do with siblings and your social circles and what's outside of you. Okay. So you could be guided to share this information, this learning, these experiences in some sort of way with others who are facing similar obstacles that you've been through. What does that do when you do that? Why does Spirit make us do that? Why does Spirit make you use your experience to talk to somebody else about it? Because that solidifies the energy in you. It solidifies your consciousness to that new level. Yes, I hope you got that. And bottom of the deck is card number 50, Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure. You had to be willing to let go of that branch you were clinging to. Oh boy, you had to let go of something that you were clinging on to for dear life. I heard for dear life, in order to go forward in this journey. Spirit has taken you on one hell of an adventure, baby. It has gone this way. The river has twisted this way and that way, all sorts of stuff. But you're getting somewhere. You are getting somewhere. And you're already seeing the evidence of that in your life. Now we have the Heal Yourself reading cards. So love, Source God. What else do you want to say to the AP class from the Heal Yourself reading cards, please and thank you? Heal Yourself reading cards. I love this. Yeah, I hear from now on, when you face any obstacles, you'll be drawing on the power of the talismans that you have. From having gone through so much, having had so many experiences, so much under your belt to show you that Spirit is with you, that you know where to turn for information. You know where to turn for guidance. You know that you have to depend on yourself for this. And you see the evidence, okay? You see the evidence. I see some of you going to be looking back at all them obstacles, paying homage to it. They show me a memorial bench, okay? They show me a headstone, a tombstone. I heard that too. And the reason why, it's like paying homage to all those obstacles that helped you become all that you've become, baby. They're giving me the army. Be the best, all that you can be in God's army. I heard in God's army. So you are in God's army, baby. You a general. You got 4 stripes. I don't know. Does a general have 4 stripes? I am not into military lingo. Why are you? I don't know. Somebody is laughing their ass off. I see somebody laughing their ass off because they were so military. And now they all about their spirit. A total life change. Yeah, if you went from military, let's go sacrifice our children to the god of war, to, now you're all in your spirit. That's a huge life change. That's a huge change in consciousness. Okay, let me see what you have, Mr. Scott, for the AP class, please and thank you. What's the message for the AP class? I heard war breeds war, soulmate. Did this experience get evoked in you because of a soulmate experience? It got you all up in your emotions? Well, you wouldn't be the first, baby. It happens that way often. See, some soulmates come into your life to cause your soul to grow. We've got this messed up idea that they're going to be the one that stays around until you die. No, baby. They come in to show your soul where it needs room to grow. Phoenix rising. I love it. Yes. From the ashes of that soulmate connection, you rose to fly higher and burn brighter than ever before. I heard you became a mythical creature then. You're actually a very real creature, but this is what others would call a myth. Let me see. We have dreams coming out. Woo. When you went through the biggest challenges and the most excessive pressure in your life, when you had to protect yourself and put on that armor of faith, okay, the armor of God, okay, your dreams will speak to you. Your dreams will speak to you. They will show you what was happening. They will show you what to let go of. They will show you what to embrace. They will show you the miracles that God was about to work on your behalf. When you were in the most excessive pressure of your life is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Let me see. What else you want to say to the AP class? Let's search God. Thank you. What's the message for the AP class? Family and tribe. Ooh, the mother of believers. As you figured out what you could do for yourself, I heard then you start working out this stuff over your family. You start to apply this wisdom to bless those ones who you care for, to bless your tribe. Yes, you do. That's beautiful too. Okay, because you have judgment. You now know who your tribe is. The tribe starts to be gathered. You start to connect with other ones who are like-minded, other ones who are like energy, others who are like in the way they love. Okay, let me see what else. What you got to say to the AP class? Let's subscribe. What else is a message here? What other messages do you have for the AP class? Please and thank you. Somebody is getting a real kick out of the fact that this message was called the AP class. Yeah, but that's what Spirit gave me. I just knew I wanted to read cards. And I'm like, what should I read about? And then that's what I got. All right. For the AP class, entrapment. Entrapment. Like I said, something or someone is coming into your path. Okay. Someone is coming into your path. You have a wisdom now. Interesting. You have such a wisdom now of compassion, of awareness. Okay. But there's an energy here where you're now looking at some of these connections like, that's a trap. I'm not getting involved in that. The prophetess of the sacred way, my heart is a compass. The path of a true of love is true abundance. Okay, spring. Okay, some of you are wondering, when is the next lesson coming in? In other words, when is the next significant spiritual connection coming in? It's going to happen in the springtime. Okay, that's what I see. Also, anywhere where you are meeting these different ones that feel stuck in life, your compassion that you have, your awareness and your wisdom that you have, I'm hearing like a breath of fresh spring air, okay, in their life, because this understanding is something that is so different. Everybody don't know it. What you're going to find is more and more people are going to be looking for this type of information because there's a huge wave of energy going around. There's too many of us that know now. It's not just the ones that are in tune with this channel. There are others. You're just the ones that are meant to hear it from me. There's other people who've been talking about this shit way longer than I even been alive. Hello. They've been holding down this energy long before I came into the picture, long before I got it. I am not the only one preaching this. I'm not the only one teaching this. There are so many out there. And all of us are going to be meeting these different ones who are trapped by their circumstances in the same way that we at one point were. Some of you are going to get news. Some of you are going to get news about how from somebody who was a strong soulmate in your life about how they feel trapped in life. Some of you are going to get that news. Now, that could come directly from that person, or I'm hearing the California ratings. I heard it through the grapevine. Okay, it could come from anywhere. But I see that. Pay attention to the signs. Card number 10. I also see you need to watch out. You need to continue to apply the wisdom that you've got, baby, because as long as you're holding this AP class energy, the energies that are counterproductive to that will try to throw you off course. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in a situation that you already know what it looks like, because you already know what it feels like to fly. I heard to fly in your spiritual connection. Don't get caught up in something that's meant to draw you away from your spirit, because they can have whatever intention they want. At the end of the day, it's up to you to accept it or reject it, is what I'm hearing. And you know better than to go on ahead and accept anything that's meant to take you out of your spirit, anything that's meant to throw you off your course. And you have the ability here to make a better choice to not get caught up like that. But it's up to you. I can't do it for you. Nobody else can do it for you neither. You're going to have to make that choice. Whenever they get in your face trying to show you to do the same shit you used to do before, well, you always used to, or you remember me? Pop-ups from the past, honey. Watch out for them pop-ups from the past. Because somebody here, that's going to be an issue. It could be a big issue if you fall for the bullshit. That's what I heard. It could be a real big issue if you fall for the bullshit. Okay. We're going to use the Indigo Sage affirmation cards to close out our reading for the AP class. Let's see what we have for the AP class, listeners, God. We're going to go ahead and pull a card over each of these 15 positions here from the Indigo affirmation cards, because this is the tiniest oracle deck I believe that I have that will fit, and we can still see everything, because that was the way I seen it, layered. All right, let's see. What do we have, listeners, God? What's the message for the AP class? What is the message for the AP class? What is the message for the AP class? They're tiny baby cards. These cards are so little. All right. Here we go. What you want to say to the AP class? They said sit back or they're going to mess up all your pretty cards. That's why I keep sitting back, because if the card fly up there, all my pretty cards going to get disorganized. Okay. Receive abundance. The gift of life will unfurl with new vitality within every cell of your being. Did you learn that you had to speak over yourselves, that you could speak over yourselves? Who? Card number 29. Somebody's birthday is on the 29th, honey. Receive abundance. Receive abundance on the 29th. For somebody, you finna receive abundance on the 29th. Hello. What else you want to say to the AP class? Let's search. What's the message for the AP class? Thank you. It says destiny expanded. Are you ready to fly with the creative spirit into the depths of metamorphosis? Didn't I just say once you get used to flying with spirit? Yeah. Destiny expanded, honey. I told you, destiny expanded you. When you had fate step up in your life and present you with your destiny, you made a choice to go for it. You decided to take up the courage and the faith and move on forward, and not to be stuck in what you thought it was, to open up to see what else was possible for you. Let me see what else for the AP class. Relax into your depth. Right now, your sacred floor is more accessible. Belly laughter twinkles your eyes. You're more connected now than ever been. You have more conviction, more awareness, more knowledge, okay, more experience. And they're showing me a message that was coming out very much kind of recent, earlier in the year. They kept showing me hope, belief, and knowing. There's levels to this. Hope is at the bottom. Belief is a little higher. And knowing, oh, that's everything. Because you hope something happens. I hope you have a good day. I see Janine laughing. But hope. You hope because you don't know. You believe because you heard about it or you think so, but you still don't know. But baby, when you got knowing, there is nothing that can go against your knowing. When you know, you know, you know. So relax into your depth. Okay, that's what I got. Number 38, significant for somebody. Let me see. What else, Sister Scott? What you got? Whoa, where'd the card go? It flew. Oh, I found it. Reciprocity, music of plants. Cease trying to conjure. Surrender the old and play your part in freshness. Music of plants. Did you know that they developed a machine where they could attach it to the leaves on the plants and then you could hear the music of the plants, like literally? Check it out on TikTok, Instagram. I don't know. There's a video out there. Reciprocity. Okay, music coming in significant. Number 16 is important for somebody. Cease to trying to conjure. You're not necessarily trying to create something. So this is talking about going general. Maybe you don't know exactly what you want. Well, that would make sense because, if you knew what you want, you probably would have did something to get it by now. Sometimes you just don't know what you want. Okay, so you could just sit into joy. You could just ask for something that feels this good. Can I just have something that feels this good today? Something that feels fantastic like this. Okay, I heard reciprocity. Okay, reciprocity, getting it back. Okay, somebody here, one of the big things you're asking for is reciprocity, but you're not trying to conjure it up as far as who it is, when it happens, or how it happens. You're surrendering all those ideas of how it has to be, who it has to be, and how it has to play out. You're allowing yourself to be surprised by the universe. You're allowing the divine to work and show you what it can be. Let me see. What's the message for the AP class? Let's just start. What else can you show to the AP class, please? AP class, rise and celebrate. Hello. Fly with the inner freedom your ancestors dreamed of. Didn't I already talked about fly, and it already came out again? And then I'm hearing Wake up in the sky, fly, 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 fly. I drink till I'm drunk, I smoke till I'm high, castle in the hill, I woke up in the sky. You can tell me I ain't fly. I know I'm super fly. Okay, ladies love luxury. That's why they all fuck with me out here with the moves. Cause I am very smooth. You can't tell me I ain't fly. And I already told you that about that experience. That song is a verbal lyrical explanation of my life. You didn't even understand. But I got it, and I saw the message when I woke up in that room that I visualized in my bed and got the feeling of what would it feel like to feel luxury? What would it feel like to feel abundant luxury and opulence? What does that feel like? And man, I slept in the cushiest guest suite with my own balcony, and I woke up in the sky, baby. And I realized when I came home off that first class flight the next morning, I didn't realize what had happened until it was done. You know, these magical materializations are often like that. You won't realize what had happened until it is done. What else from Sky Daddy? Eternal life, new caress, card number 15. Meditate out. I'm done with you right now. Meditate outside of time and space. Enter your boundless sacred heart. This is what I'm talking about right here. They put it in a whole nother type of words, but this is exactly the energy of how you do it, baby. Meditate outside of time and space. Why did I tell you to do it in the dark room with all the lights off while you're just laying in your bed? Because you ain't looking at nothing in the physical. You're looking at what's in your spirit. Feel it. What is it that you choose? What is it that you want? What is it you like to have in your life? Focus there. Feel it. Ask your higher self, what would it feel like to be financially free? What would it feel like to be in a healthy, loving relationship? What would it feel like to be successful in business? What would it feel like? What would it feel like? What would it feel like to be in my spiritual power? What is it? Let your spirit show it to you. Let me see what else, Lester Scott, what you got to say to the AP class? What else messages you got for the AP class? Exquisiteness, forever nectar. Allow immortal beauty to pour through every thought, word, and action. And earlier I had said, when you realize that your life is a prayer, oh boy, that's going to make a huge change for you. And that's the vibe right here. Like your whole life through every thought, word, and action. Allow it to be exquisite, forever nectar, the nectar of life, baby. Allow it to be in beauty and exquisiteness. I'm liking the word exquisite nails. Exquisite nails. Hashtag exquisite nails. Exquisiteness of life. I didn't mean to say exquisite nails. It just came out. They're showing me some business tip. Okay. They said, text it to yourself. You're going to forget. You're right. I sure would. Okay. As I pick up my phone, it's 0110. I use military time. But either way, it's still 1:10 in the morning. Now it just went to 111. Hello. I love it. Okay. Yes. Exquisiteness. That's a beautiful word. And a beautiful word. Okay. Got it. What else do you have for us, Listener Scott? What's the message for the AP class? What do you have for us, Listener Scott? What's the message for the AP class? What's the message for the AP class? Yeah, man, I just heard this again. I hope you have a good day versus I know you're going to have a great day. I don't know if you can feel the vibe difference in that, but I can. Okay, I feel like you should be able to. You're here in the AP class, honey. You should be able to feel the difference in that vibe. It says card number 6, entrance, love trance. Meditate in appreciation with flowers. Each is a portal to divine love. I heard, what are the flowers in your life? Who are the flowers in your life? Okay, everything is different, just like flowers. A bouquet of flowers is so beautiful because it's got all these different flowers that makes it so beautiful. Just like the different ones on earth that are so beautiful. And just like the different experiences in life that all lead up to the beauty and exquisiteness that you are. Yes. All right. What else do you have for the AP class? Let's about what's the message for the AP class? Okay. Unknown voyage. I love it because the other card that had unknown and the lost in space, needing direction, fifth dimensional axis, honey. You are no longer a seeker. You are a discoverer of the new. You are no longer a seeker. You are a discoverer of the new. Where we are going with consciousness has never been done before, and therefore, by that, all the divine realm is staring and peering into our bedrooms at night. Trust and believe. They don't care if you got your curtains up. They can see you. Honey, they can see what you're doing. They're staring at you day and night, looking at you, because what you're doing with consciousness is not being done before. That's why this message is for the AP class, honey. Yes. Okay, let me see. What else you want to say to the AP class? Oh, Sir Scott, what's the message for the AP class, please and thank you? What you want to say to the AP class? Yeah, you going to places that no person has ever gone before. Okay, for the AP class, here we go. Fruitful self-mastery. Abundance eternally flows to support and nurture your greatest individual dreams. Card number 32. In this journey, your fruit does come in self-mastery, because you got to get a grip on your own head, your own feelings, your own thoughts about your abundance. Yes, and I know that we are spiritually and financially abundant. That already came out here. You know that the path of love is true abundance. Absolutely, because you now understand the emotional GPS system. When it feels like love, when it feels like bliss, do more of this. This is where you taking you where you want to be. When it feels like crap, when it feels like shit, flush it, because it is shit, and that's not what you want to see. You don't want to smell it neither. I'm saying, okay, let me see. Oh Lord, today my grandson let out some hot air out his ass. I was like, I know you need to take shit. It was stank. It was rank. Nobody wants to smell that. Okay, let me see what else Luscious God got to say. Holy yes to all of you. Experience yourself from a new ecstatic perspective every moment. Card number 37. Spirit is giving everyone who watches this reading. Yes, if you were wondering, are you part of the AP class? Yes, you are. Holy yes, you are, baby. If you didn't know, I wonder if this reading is really for me. It is for you. You're still in the AP class. You're learning stuff that is so occult, so mystic, so esoteric, so Gnostic, okay? And you're applying it. They're saying experience yourself from a new ecstatic perspective every moment. Remember that pronoia is a real thing, honey. The whole universe is in your favor. It's conspiring in your favor. And this is your confirmation. If you doubted at any moment throughout all these cards that I done pulled, and all these words that I had spoke in over an hour and 40 minutes of talking, well, Spirit said, yes, it's you. You are one, okay? You are one of them. You are it. You are the AP class. And so remember that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Get more excited about what's happening. Oh, you got a problem today? Great. Let's see how the universe is going to turn this in my favor. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Hello. You got a great day today? Oh, great. Look at what the universe did in my favor. Remember, it's all in your favor. No matter whether it looks good, looks bad, feels great, feels bad. If it feels crappy, it's just showing you which way not to fucking go. If it feels great, it's showing you which way to go. Let me see. What else you want to say to the AP class, Sir Scott? What else you want to say to the AP class? Where did that card go? It went under my chair. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Got it. It went all the way up under the throne. Okay. Relax into nothingness. Don't run away from the power of silence. Sip it in. Take that time to be silent, especially if you want to be able to feel the presence of the invisible realm in your experience. Card number 3. Sit with the silence. Listen to your AC. Listen to the fan. Listen to the sound of you breathing. Listen to the sound of the wind blowing against the gate. I don't know, listening to the sound of the traffic outside. Just sit in the silence where you are the one that is silent, and let whatever that is out there lull you into a trance where you feel love. I heard if you have a really hard time, sit there and feel love first and then try to go silent. Sit there and feel love first. How the fuck am I supposed to do that, Melinda? Well, you're a part of the AP class. You should freaking know by now. No, I'm just kidding. One of the things that worked for me is thinking about my grandchildren's smiles, remembering the sound of my daughter's first breaths and how magical that was to me. Those are a few things that work for me really well, especially earlier on in this. One of the things that works really well for me right now is I just think about how good shit is going, because I got good shit going, and I'm sure you do too. Okay. And then get into that love vibe and then go silent and just do that. And before you know it, you'll know that the spirit is right there, because you're going to hear something, you're going to feel something, you're going to feel that sensation in your body, feel like an electrical charge going through your body, going to feel so good, it feels better than a damn orgasm. If you ain't felt it, honey, you want to. I'm just saying. What else do you want to say to the AP class? Let's start, Scott. What's the message for the AP class, please? And thank you. What's the message for the AP class? Okay. AP class. Card number 34. Paradox, softly strong. You are one with the flow of the Tao. Let the winds of change move through you. Relax into nothingness. Sit with the silence. Allow the winds of change to move through you. I heard breathe the changes in. Breathe in the personality. Breathe in the characteristics. Breathe in the lifestyle. Breathe in the love. Breathe in the wealth. Breathe it in. That's what she did when she laid in the bed that night. Okay. All right. Let me see. What else do you want to say to the AP class? Boundless enthusiasm, card number 5. Your Dharma is the new road. Embrace simplicity in your adventures. Begin to pay attention to everything that is in your blessed interest. Make it a big deal. Make it a big deal. Your belief is solidified in this, I heard. You have so much to be excited for. Let me see. Final message for the AP class tonight. Thank you. Infectious lover's laughter. Oh, snap. You were born to be a warrior of light. Relinquish the old warrior to the divine. Now you're a warrior of light. You're no longer a warrior. Relinquish it to the divine, honey. Infectious lover's laughter. Enjoy the love. Enjoy the laughter. Honey, your heart is about to open up to something for you. Oh, I love what's at the bottom of the deck, because it is card number 31. And it says, Sublime Symphony. You are part of a chorus of peace. Celebrate life as an offering of divine love. Your whole life is a prayer. People are brought in for perfect reasons. You'll know who to connect with and who not to, because remember, we have the North Node in Cancer in the 3rd house. There will be intuition to protect your ideas. Success from attitudes from the past about short-term thinking and trips. Benefit resulting from the history of who or what is around you. Have faith in your feelings by making the right connections. Don't worry about attitudes from the past about the idea in question. Now is the time to use your intuition and get your ideas going. These are the messages that I have for you. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. That's all, folks. And I'm out. Mwah.